the Shen Yun is not all about Falun Gong performances, but we do have a couple of pieces where we do kind of put this on stage and bring awareness so that people can see what's been happening. And for me, it's personal because my aunt and my uncle in China, they were actually homeless for 10 years, all because they practiced Falun Gong and all because they just wanted to follow truth, compassion, and forbearance.
What do you mean they were homeless?
In China, you're not allowed to practice. You're not allowed to have, you cannot believe in Falun Gong. You can't follow these concepts despite how good they are. And they live in this rural area, and somebody in their village found out that they had been secretly practicing, and the police came. Luckily, a friend of theirs warned them and told them, look, you got to go now. Forget everything, just run. So, they took some money, they, took some like bare necessities, and they just got out of there 10 minutes before the police came. And, you can't use your ID, you can't use, credit cards because you're gonna get tracked, you can't use anything. So they had no set place to go for 10 years. They were just wandering the country, going from city to city, job to job, just trying to survive while still following up on, keeping up with their faith and just surviving on a day-to-day basis. And that was it. So for me, doing that on stage to, of course, to this fellow performer, to this fellow dancer who is portraying a little girl, it was kind of like I was doing that to them. So for me, sometimes I would there were moments where I would kind of forget that I was actually just performing, and I would kind of immerse into the dance, and it would feel terrible sometimes.
And you had to do it day in and day out.
Yep, every single day.
Tour.
Yeah, the dance before, you're this righteous, protector figure. And then that next dance, I had to be this, this very cruel policeman that was, attacking this innocent girl. We've had people who have watched our performance, and they would come up to us and was like, hey, and these are Chinese people, and say, I was there. I lived it. I experienced that persecution. And you guys need to be a little more evil. And this is after me feeling that I've just been this evil, terrible person. So, reality is probably even worse than what we've artistically portrayed.
Did you ever talk to your family about it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, my parents have seen the show, and, they would kind of comment on how I, performed as a policeman.
Did they think you were compelling?
They did. I guess it's a compliment in some ways. And to them, they understood that, they understand that this is just a performance, but, of course, we have to make it compelling to really tell the story and to really push the message home.
Why was it so important to have this depicted on stage?
Really to bring awareness, because it's not just one or two people. You have over 100 million people practicing this, and what I'm portraying on stage has actually happened in various renditions to a lot of the people in China who practice, this faith. And the, mainstream media doesn't cover it. So we have to be our own voice in some ways.